Hi there, welcome to your intuitive parents and kids card reading from Sequoia and Kings Canyon National Park, specifically the Hume Lake area. My name is Chrissy Whistler and I am an intuitive, a channel, and also a parent of two multi-dimensional magical kids with some very special abilities of their own. And in this video, as I said, I'd like to do some channeling from this Kings Canyon, Sequoia area for these children, and guidance also for parents on what we need to know at this time. And I'm sure you will hear that my kids are here, playing and adding in their energy. Well, look at this. This is the same card that I pulled when we were in Redwoods almost 2 weeks ago. So, one of the messages that I have been continuously getting is about these children of many colors and how we can hold space for them, how we can make space in our world for those of us who are different. I actually just did a sound channeling and card reading from the road's end of Kings Canyon, and that was the message as well, is being in that space of uncomfortable with what's different. And yet, instead of holding fear, how can we hold curiosity instead? And so I feel that that is another resonant message for those of us here who are watching. How can we hold, oh my gosh, how can we hold more curiosity for our children, for all the children to come? What is? Reef, you want to play the Reef board game?
Yeah.
Well, like I said, I have to finish my reading first, and then I can play with you.
I'm working on this. I can't play.
Oh, okay, well, I would like to have some time to finish this, please, since I just started. So, instead of holding that firm line in the boundary of this is the only thing that's possible, these lines that we have to walk, these paths, like this is the only one, there is this invitation for all of us to welcome in all the different colors of flowers. We're not all meant to be roses. Some of us are meant to be wildflowers. Some of us are meant to be the little dandelion, quote-unquote, weeds in our gardens, in our lawns. So can you hold a space of curiosity, even when there is fear? Because we do fear, as parents especially. We do worry that our children will not be okay, that they won't be okay in this world because they're different. And there is understanding in that. I'm feeling from the land and the energy of all these children is they get that, they understand that, and yet they also want us to hold space for more, to open the pathways for more. And it starts with our awareness. It starts with our mind. How can we make those shifts to really start to believe and wonder? So if you like, you can go ahead and take a screenshot of this. You can read this to your child as they fall asleep. I will read it out loud, and I'm also going to bring in any channeling messages to come through with us. So the hummingbird's about abundant joy. And joy. There's a big message in just that word for us as parents who are holding the way open for these brilliant lights of children, these multicolored children and all the flowers that they are. There is fear. I've been in that fear myself, and there are times where I still am. And yet, we need to make space for joy. Then move them. Move the ants. Shake it off. Right? Even myself, I need to remind myself, yes, I'm doing this thing, I'm having it planned, and can I still hold joy, even with the interruptions? So, close your eyes. Imagine you are standing outside your house when suddenly you see the most beautiful hummingbird flying gently towards you. I'm just going to pause for a moment because I'm feeling here immediately is look for the hummingbirds in your life.
Mama, the ants is doing I got the ants off.
Kate got the ants off. What does your book look like?
Mama, it was
Oh my goodness. Look for the hummingbirds. Where are there hummingbirds in your life? If you see them in real life, tune into what their message might be for you. And I feel very strongly that that message will be of joy. So if you see a hummingbird, use them as kind of this like awareness marker and tune in. Oh, wait a minute. Am I in joy in this moment? Do I even have like a fraction amount of joy with everything that's going on? And see if you can hold space for even a tiny, tiny spark of joy or a smile even. So, standing outside your house, and suddenly you see the most beautiful hummingbird flying gently towards you. The hummingbird's body is covered with the most beautiful bright blue and turquoise feathers. The hummingbird asks if you would like to sit on his back and fly together. You feel like that is exactly what you want to do. The hummingbird. Do what is impossible. That's what I'm hearing. It sounds impossible to go fly on the back of a hummingbird. And yet, can you, in your life, hold space for the magic? And as soon as I said that, like I just tuned into the children. Can you hold space for the special abilities and special gifts of these children? Can you stretch your awareness? Stretch the realm of possibilities to make way for this unknown, for this curiosity, for what we once believed was impossible. Because what was impossible? Kate, can you help him? What was impossible is actually possible. Sorry, we had a little ant crisis on the picnic blanket. All right, so you decide to shrink yourself, and your body begins shrinking until you are small enough to climb onto the hummingbird's back. You hold on to it. As the hummingbird takes off, you feel very safe on his back and love the feeling of flying. So what I feel here as well is as you do the impossible, as you trust the impossible, trust the magic, as you do that, you're actually going to start feeling safe when you start walking this new path, you're going to really start gaining almost like your footing. It's not going to feel so scary. You're going to launch yourself into the air with this hummingbird. Launch yourself on this journey with your children or the children in your life, and you're going to discover it's actually not so scary to step off that traditional path, that in fact you're going to feel free, and you're going to love that feeling of being free and of flying. And that is what it will be like with these children, is when you give them that freedom to be who they are, to be all the colors, all the flowers and differences they are. It's going to feel like flying for them. Sorry, I'm just getting a little distracted. Filming this in the campground, and my neighbors are moving around. So just know that the scary part is taking that first step, and then the next few, and the next few, and then you'll pause and stop and look behind you and be like, wow, the more I tune into this, the more I tune into this child before me, and the more free you're going to feel. The hummingbird flies from flower to flower, sipping their nectar. Each flower has a different shape, a different color, and a different taste too. And I'm hearing what shape and what color and what taste your child is, or the children around you, because they will all be different. The hummingbird flies to a red flower. He inserts his long bill into the flower and sips its nectar. As he drinks, his body changes its color to red. Then he flies to a purple flower. He sips the nectar from the flower and his body turns purple. The hummingbird's body keeps changing its colors to match the flowers from which he sips. There are so many different sorts of flowers to enjoy. What I immediately started sensing is that in many ways that can be us as adults and parents on this journey, is us almost changing shape and changing form to suit the needs of these children, and that we actually have that ability to do that. The hummingbird teaches you that there's plenty of joy all around you, and that you can always focus on the things that bring you happiness. So if you find yourself early on in that journey being faced with these differences and challenges, because these special abilities definitely can come with challenges, focus on what brings you happiness. Don't just focus on the uncertainty and the fear and the unknown, what's scary. Focus on what brings you joy, and that's the moment where you want to look for those hummingbirds. At the end of the journey, the hummingbird takes you safely back home. You step off his back and slowly return to your normal size. The hummingbird tells you you can always call him for another fun, I'm emphasizing that, ride, to remind you of the great joys in life. So these children, for us, for all of us, is the opportunity to bring us great joy if you're brave enough to meet them and who they are. Who they are. Not asking them to conform, to be one and the same. Can you allow them the space to be who they are? All right, let's get some more messages to go with our hummingbird. Oh my gosh. All right. I say oh my gosh because I just pulled this one this morning for our general read. So we have mountain lights, light beings, portals, subtle energy. That's really okay. That what I'm hearing is that these are our children. They are these light beings. This is who they are. Like, this is who they are, and they're gracing us with their presence. and they're going to get more intense, more concentrated, more undenying of their colors. They're not gonna. They're just gonna be. They're gonna shine. They will be these little portals of magic, and they will be incredibly sensitive to these subtle energies. And what I'm also hearing, this of course will be different for every child, but if you can, connect them to nature and again. And now I understand that, especially as they get older, there can be resistance to nature. But this is an invitation and encouragement for you to start bringing them back to these places, because many of them, they'll know what to do. They'll just almost automatically reconnect because it's part of who they are, and they're so sensitive that they're gonna know that. I was just telling Sean, my husband, how amazing and at peace Eric is right now. He's just like being in the deep forest is so soothing to him compared to when we're in Los Angeles. It's just a night and day difference for him. Okay. And our other card, Aurora Garden. Beginning, initiate, origin. What's wrong?
Mama, I got to eat. It is just going out.
Are they still on your blanket? Eric's getting hungry and ants. So this message here too is, again, like, can you just see this growing concentration of lights that are happening? Almost this coming down from the sky. This is who they are. And this is really a beginning. This is the beginning of this journey, and also initiation, especially for those of us who said yes to keeper. I heard the word keeper, to being keepers of these children and of these lights, to hold that space, that garden for them, so they can, like, we're almost.
Mama, what's the reef?
What?
Did she have reef?
She made a leaf?
A reef.
Would you like?
Let's play on the reef.
You want to play reef? Okay, well, I need to finish what I'm doing, remember?
Do you see time movement?
Well, I need at least 15 minutes, and that means no interruptions, remember? Okay, so what I'm hearing almost is that we're being invited to be these protectors of these children and the spaces for them. The spaces, the freedom, so they can almost just really start shining and coming into their power, into their uniqueness as they grow. I heard the word grow. As they grow, like, we're providing that sanctuary. I heard sanctuary, so we are the protectors. And we said yes to being so. Let's see if I can, my super awesome nature setup here. All right, let's see what other guidance is going to come through. So we have Sun in Pisces, higher purpose. Align yourself with love and wisdom. Sensitive, introspective phase. We have Moon in Cancer, belonging. All right, my nature setup here. There we go. Sorry, it's not quite interesting. Sun in Capricorn. Status. Work diligently towards your goals. Right. These messages, very interesting indeed, especially how they correlate to the earlier reading I did. So, the previous reading, the general adult reading that I did, I actually had 2 cards of Pisces come out. It was Moon in Pisces and Eclipse in Pisces. And now, here in the children's reading, this is the Sun. So, the Sun is this creative force, this creative expression. It's this big shining light and energy. So it's so interesting again, like these children are like, yes, this is us. We are the suns that are coming in. Like we are these new creative expressions that we are already in tune and in connection, in like almost like a channel, okay, with their higher purpose, their higher self. They come in with that. They come in knowing this. Whereas for many of us, it's been this work diligently, okay, work diligently to connect and align ourselves with love and wisdom. Like, I don't know about you, but I've been doing a lot of shadow work, a lot of letting go of what has been holding me down, so I can be. Let's see if I put a little stick there. Does this help? Kind of. All right. To do a lot of healing, a lot of diligent work, a lot of shadow work to let go of these old beliefs and patterns that aren't suiting me, so I can show up as someone who is aligned to love, aligned to wisdom, so I can hold that space for my children, the children around me, the children and parents I work with, so I can do that. So what for you do you need to do so you can be more receptive to your higher purpose, to your higher calling, to support these children in your life? What do you need? So interesting. Okay, so it's almost like, what do you need to let go of? It's like I'm feeling the old energy of status in our world, what defines success. Okay, great. Can you show me later, please? I think my kids just really want to be part of this reading. What do you guys think? So it's been this breaking down within all of us, and especially those of us with these magic kids, these kids with special abilities and uniquenesses. It has been a work diligently to call in the new, to call in these new goals that are in actual alignment with love and with wisdom, and not the stuff holding down, right? So the things in your life, okay, Spirit, I'll get to that and just let me, Spirit's like, don't forget to mention this. So the things in your life that have prevented you from really belonging as you are, not the masks that you wear, and not the things that you need to do because your parents said so, or your teacher said so, or that was just the path, right? Because we're moving away from this one rose, this one way of being. The wind just started picking up. Did you notice that? This one way of being, so to make way for the more, to make way for the more of the colors. And this is going to be what true belonging is actually like. It's no longer aligning to the status of the world. This is aligning to yourself, to your higher purpose, your higher self. And as you do that, like, this is going to be incredibly supportive of the children, because these children are incredibly sensitive beings. These are empaths. It's like they feel the world as if it's their own. And yet, like, just kind of multiply that by 10. That's the sensitivity. That's the sensitivity. That's the light beings that they are. That's how much they sense the subtle energies. So look at that, subtle energies. Cancer is the most emotionally sensitive sign. Like, these are our kids. And to help them discover what true belonging is, that requires us to do that inner work, to go into the old, into the status and the systems and the structures, and work diligently to make something new, to create new goals for our children. And again, that's coming in here with these protectors that I was telling you about, that we are the protectors of these sanctuaries, of these gardens for these children. As we do this work, as we break down the old structures to help create new ones, it will make room for the more colors, the more flowers, the light beings. There will be more space for those of us and these children who are so sensitive. We're going to have a new sense of belonging in this new earth being created. And if you ever need to know how and why or what direction to take, tune into the children. Because again, like they have that direct connection to source, to unconditional love. They already know how to do this. And it's going to be up to us to figure it out, or to ask the right questions, to be willing to listen to them. We think we're adults, we know everything. I hate to say it, not these children, not children, and certainly not these children who are like the light beings, these portals of energy. All right, let's go ahead and get some messages, some final messages from the children from Sequoia and Kings Canyon. Excuse me, clearing some energy. Big picture thinking, Pleiades energy, visionary, inspired ideas. Think bigger. This is much bigger than you could possibly imagine. Star brothers, Horus, protection, loyalty, safety, trust. Who here watching needs to learn to let go and have more trust? Certainly me. Oh, and look at this. I pulled this card earlier. That was a message that came through earlier today. I need 10 more minutes, Eric. 10 minutes. All right, so I'm just going to point this out. So this card came in during my children's reading for the Redwoods. This card came in today. I had 2 Pisces cards, not this one, but 2 of them coming out, and then I have this one. So just look at the energy here. That's completely synchronistic and in line. So if you haven't seen that video, please, please, please watch it. Because wow, there's a lot coming through. Now my kids are playing. Here are my kids. All right, so it's time to have this big picture thinking. As I've been saying, to build this big world here, a place where there is true belonging for the sensitives, for the light beings, for them to have a place of protection, to grow into their light force and who they are, we need to have big thinking. We need to be visionaries. So really tune in to these inspired ideas. Now these ideas is coming through very strongly. Don't just think, I'm the adult, so I got to figure it out all. No. Listen to your children. Listen to your children. They're going to show you. They're going to show you the way how to be a visionary because they're already tapped in. Wow. They're already tapped in to that higher purpose, that higher energy. They are aligned. They know. And let's see here. Our kids and us who do this, we are protected. Okay, that's interesting. So, for those of you who have these magic kids, this is an invitation for you to share that. Not just share, but almost like speak out, be proud, like give this boisterous expression. I'm feeling that sun energy coming through, like being that opera singer and just kind of belting it out, being the person in the shower who just sings. Like, if you can do that, and if you can open up to that vulnerability of sharing your story, I think you're going to be really surprised the resonance of those who will come to you and the loyalty that will come for your children and yourself. You will feel more safe. And the more safe you feel, the easier it is going to be to trust, right? To trust in this higher purpose, to trust in this thing that we are all creating, this new earth that has these children as the focal point on it. So trust that you are on the right path as you tune into your children to listen and to follow them, but also trust the timing. You came in and said yes to these children, and these children said yes to you. Whether you're a parent or whether you work with these children, okay, there is the right timing for everything. And though our world may say otherwise, I'm thinking of like the media right now, friends and family, we are not running out of time. We are exactly where we need to be, because to build the new, to build this big picture, it's going to take a minute, right? We're doing a lot of dismantling so we can open the way for this. Open a way for the light beings to come down here onto earth so they can shine and grow into who they are. So just trust and know that you are safe, you are protected, your children, okay, that's the message for some of you. Your children are protected, your children are safe, you are not alone. This is a really great time, a great opening for all of us. I'm sorry, I'm just getting distracted. My kids are kind of starting to lose it. But give it time. And if you ever get discouraged, okay, that was the message I wanted to say. If you get discouraged, if you don't feel safe, look to your children, okay? Because they already know that they can do this. They already know that they can fly on the back of a hummingbird, and they will be the ones to realign you, okay? Realign you to your higher purpose, the reason that you came here. You said yes. And they're going to realign you back into joy and remind you what that is, even when things get hard, as things break down. Look to your kids and let them teach you, let them remind you what it means to fly and what it means to believe in magic. So I did it. That reading feels like it's concluded. So I'm going to sign off and give my kids some attention. So thank you so much for watching and joining us from Sequoia and Kings Canyon National Park. Please like and subscribe, share this video, and note too that you're not alone. If you need support, check out my Facebook group, Intuitive Parent Evolution, and I'm also available to support you on your journey. So just check out the website below. Thank you so much, and please, please, please remember what it means to fly. Remember what it means to be in joy. I'll talk with you soon. Bye-bye.